Oh, here we go.
And all of a sudden it clicked. And I said, hey, what are these people that I've been listening to for a long time now? What are they all saying in common? And I kind of wrote it down and I put it into a process. And that 4-step process I've been using ever since. And I've had some pretty amazing results. And that's the basis of what the Hard Knock State is founded on. And that's what we teach and coach and practice on, along with other more advanced strategies. But hey, look, we start with the basics. We make sure you have a good understanding of the basics, because if you don't have a good foundation, when you go to build that house, it's not going to go up quite right, and it's not going to stand the test of time. So tonight's topic is down your goals and your dreams. And studies and a lot of books out there have said that we get something like 60,000 thoughts that come through our brain every day, or our mind every day. And I did a quick Google search a while back, and our conscious brain recognizes about 6,000 of those thoughts that come across our brain, and not all of them are good thoughts, right? They're not all great ideas. There's stuff that we should definitely think of something else as soon as possible. But with the good, the bad, the indifferent, all those thoughts that come through, there's typically one or two reoccurring thoughts that we have over and over again that lead us to something we want to achieve in our life. And whether it's a dream house, a dream vacation, making sure you have enough money set in your retirement account so you can retire comfortably. How about just having a little bit of extra money at the end of the month, instead of living paycheck to paycheck. And 76% of us in America do just that, live paycheck to paycheck. It may be hard for some people to wrap their head around the ideas of going on a really long extended vacation on a luxury yacht, or flying in a private jet or a private helicopter, or even just taking those first class trips around the world. Hey, what if even $1 million? Some people just can't wrap their head around that. So what are those thoughts? What are the things that are coming through your head every day, and what do you do about it? Do we just sit there, and do we just kind of ignore them? I think most of us do. We kind of ignore them, and we just kind of try to get through the day as quickly as possible. But I really want to have you ask yourself, because step number one in this 4-step process is choosing the right goal and the right dream to either the goal to accomplish or the dream to chase. So where are you at in life? Because that right there, we all start in a different place. Where we're at right now is going to be completely different than every single one of your peers. And the reason behind that is we're all unique. We're all like a snowflake, right? We're all individual, okay? And all of us have a different walk in life and a different journey that we're going through. So where are you at in life? Is it where you thought you would be right now? Or are you better off or worse off than where you thought you'd be, at this point in your life? Have you tried to get ahead or get more out of life only to have a setback? And so this is, a lot of us have taken risks in the past, and we've tried to advance. We tried to move forward. We tried to open that business or chase that dream. And then all of a sudden, it's worse off. We lost our money. It was a scam, or it just didn't work out. And we put in a lot of time, we put in a lot of effort, we put in a lot of resources, and it just didn't pan out. Do you dread getting up and having to go through the workday? That's a big one, because where you're at in life and your outlook from when the day starts sets the tone for the whole single day. And if day in and day out, you're just getting up, we're just getting up, and we're having one of those go out there and deal with those knucklehead type days, and we're trying to dredge through the workday only to come home without any energy to plop down on the couch at 5:45 or 6:15 in the evening and start watching reruns of is going through the day just more of a drudgery than anything. And what is it that you want? And a lot of times we don't even know what it is we want. But again, we have those thoughts that come through our mind every single day. And choosing the right goal, the right dream, is very important. Is it a new job? If you dread getting up in the morning to have to go to your work, your place of employment, your position, it could that idea be a new job or a raise or a promotion? What if you've been a renter your whole life and it's really your goal? You really think it would be nice to own your own home one day, but with the rising cost of real estate and the rising inflation in this economy, you think to yourself, how am I ever going to get there working at my current job, making the type of money I'm making? What if it's something as simple as taking a dream vacation? Maybe you want to go to Italy, go to Rome, go to Florence, maybe Portugal, go to Lisbon and go see Cascais, and then up to Fatima and go see the Catholic town of Fatima. It's pretty amazing. What if it's just a dream car? What if it's an exotic car? I remember back in my early 20s, I would always look at these exotic cars driving by, and oh man, I really wish I could have one of those, but I was never truly clear on what type of car I wanted. So therefore, was that really a goal that I wanted that car? Was it a dream I was chasing? Or was it just a passing thought and something that would be nice to have if the stars aligned one day? What about finding the right person? Hey, what if you're a single individual, or you're a divorced individual, and it's time to get back on the saddle and find that right person again? Are you just going to go aimlessly looking for a person who's going to communicate with you, or are you going to get really specific about that type of person that you want in your life even before you venture out into the dating world? Hey, being able to retire in comfort. I mean, we all want this. I think this is a driving force for all of us. But a lot of us can't see the end of retirement. We can't see or know how much money is actually gonna take for us to be able to retire in comfort. And then what happens if emergencies? Are we taking into account of emergency? What if you have a family emergency where you have a financial obligation to take care of your aging parents or grandparents or aunt or uncle who maybe didn't plan well enough ahead for their own life? Being able to have that kind of income set aside, or that kind of money set aside, plus being able to retire yourself in comfort too. I mean, that right there is really a big one. So here's some more questions we just got to keep asking ourselves, because really with this here, with this and what you want to achieve, again, we're all individual, and what we all want to achieve is individual, right? But it's important to pick out the right thing, and don't pick out what you think you want out of life, that goal, that dream. Don't pick out because based off of what somebody else's success has allowed them to have in their life, their possessions that they've had, the money in their bank account, the investments they hold on to. That is a result of their dreams, their goals, and their hard work and the action that they've taken in order to achieve that. And so if you try to mimic exactly what they have, chances of that working out for you is pretty slim to none, I would say, because it's not authentic to you. It doesn't align with your own personal goals, your own personal ethics, and it's not unique to you. So it's not your own original goal or dream. But what's stopping you from getting whatever that is? And you've thought about these things in the past. We've been sitting at our desk at the workday, and then we see maybe we're taking a break and we're scrolling through social media. We see an ad for Disney World, or we see an ad for a tourism ad for another country. Well, what's stopping you? Is it a person? Is it a situation? Is it the economy? That's stopping you from going ahead and booking that trip, or walking into your boss's office and sitting down and asking him or her for a promotion. Especially if you're a hard worker in your store, I gotta think that a lot of times and we'll go into this as we get further into this class, but a lot of times there's reasons we aren't even aware that's stopping us from even going and doing that. And so therefore that idea, that goal we have, only remains an idea in our head. A lot of people blame the economy, they blame the government. Is it funding? Is it money that's stopping you from achieving what it is that you want to get out of life? What is the reason that you keep bringing up when you tell yourself it can't be done? You know, I've written out some reasons here that you probably tell yourself this over and over again. But hey, when we're asking, we get that thought that comes across our head, and it's a big thought. It's something crazy, right? It's, hey, I'm gonna go find a way to. I'm gonna get into a commission-based job. I'm gonna get out of this per hour job, this salaried position I'm in right now, and I'm gonna venture out and I'm gonna try something new because I feel I'm worth a lot more than what I'm getting paid. So we venture out and we start thinking about the opportunity to make a lot more money in our life to be able to afford these nice things like a nice new car, a comfortable retirement with enough money to take care of family emergencies or that dream vacation. But then we tell ourselves these little negative little phrases that we've heard over and over again as we were growing up, like, hey, it seems like that's a lot of extra work and it just may not pan out. Or how about, and these could also be things that other people are currently telling you too, because maybe you're really hot on this idea and it's really starting to become a burning desire for something, and you're starting to share that with somebody else. And so you'll hear things, or you'll tell yourself things like, you know, your uncle tried something like that and almost lost everything. Or, hey, you know, one day I'll do that. One day I'll go after that. One day it would be nice, right? Or, hey, how about this one? What I have right now is completely fine. These are the things hold us back without even understanding where these little negative phrases came from, or these little sayings. Drilling down your goals and your dreams and being specific on exactly what you want to achieve is the most important thing. Make sure your dreams and your goals are authentic. The success others have will be different than your success. You're unique. There's only one of you, and it's your life too. And so don't second guess your goals and your dreams. You thought big at first, and then your brain told you to be realistic. These little phrases kept popping up every time you think about that, and then we push that idea back down. Make your dreams and goals so big that they scare you and make you feel uncomfortable. Okay, any less and you're settling for less. Right here is probably one of the biggest takeaways if you're taking notes right now on drilling down goals and dreams, is that if the thought came through your mind and you recognized it and you thought, boy, one day, or these little things came up, and instead of squashing it back down, there is actually a way for you to go out and achieve that, whether it's with help from others, by yourself, with help from your family, by educating yourself a little bit more on the topic, maybe talking to a specialist or a professional in that field, or whatever it is. There's a way to get it done. But then you know that everything that we have today is a result of a thought, an idea that somebody had. So we need to ask ourselves, why not me? Why not us? And why not now? Right? The only difference between you and the highly successful is the size of their bank accounts and the way they think. And you need to ask yourself, if others can do it, experience it, or have it, why can't you have it? With today's technology and ease of access to information, it's never been easier to make your idea come to reality. It's never been easier. But the reality is that we've been programmed, and if you don't think that you've been programmed, you're absolutely wrong. We've all been programmed. Our brain has been programmed. Most of our beliefs, our personal core values aren't really our own. They've been passed down throughout the generations of our family line and our family tree. They've been passed down by those we love and trust: parents, grandparents, extended family, trusted advisors like priests and pastors, doctors, and those who taught our parents, or those who taught us, our teachers, when we were going through school. And so blame it on the amygdala. And so this is where we're talking about when things, we're going after that goal, that dream, and it's just really not working out for us. Okay. The amygdala is an almond shaped cluster of nuclei that lays in our brain near our hippocampus. Now, our hippocampus is our brain's central memory bank. Okay. And this little almond shaped cluster of nuclei here, right? This works with our central nervous system, okay, in our fight or flight method, okay, and it's designed to keep us out of emotional and physical harm, but it relies on the memory, the central memory bank in the hippocampus, okay, but make us act in irrational ways. It can make us freeze up in a moment to where we're almost paralyzed. We can't think, we can't talk, we're just standing there, right? We can also get very aggressive if we're put into a situation that goes against those core beliefs and those family values that were passed down of how one should act toward another. Yeah, personal questions. Like, hey, what side of the political line, who are you voting for this year? Some people get very offended to that question because it was told to them by their parents, who their parents told them, hey, it's not polite to talk about politics. It's not polite to ask people who they're voting for. That's private information, right? The other thing it could do, this whole system can make us run away. There's many places in the brain that store information. Our prefrontal cortex stores memory. Our hippocampus is the major central memory bank. This is where the flood of those little negative sayings. Hey, look, that's how the other half lives, right? You have to get an education to get the good paying jobs, right? People who are really successful stepped on somebody or stole from somebody, hardworking in order to get there. Money is the root of all evil. I didn't write that one down, but that is a big one that's always taken out of context, when it's really the love of money is the root of all evil, right? But we're not in this for the love of money. Hopefully your goal and your dream is more than just having dollars in a bank account. It's to have those dollars in a bank account so you can go off and do the things and chase down those dreams and achieve those goals that is going to require the money in order to get there. So what we have to do here is we have to start thinking differently. We have to develop almost like a no limit thinking mindset. We have to start thinking back to how we thought when we were a little child, right? When you were a little child, anything was possible because you're playing in your room, you're playing with your toys. Nobody is there to tell you otherwise. You want to be an astronaut? Hey, in your imagination, you could be an astronaut. Now, if you told that to somebody, a parent or a family member or somebody they may have told you otherwise. They may have told you, hey, look, don't be silly, let's be realistic, okay? That's not us, right? That's not our family, right? Nobody in our family has ever done anything like that, okay? So think as big as you can. If you can't see or wrap your head around $1 million, don't worry, because your big think is going to be completely different, again, than everybody else's out there. The success you'll first experience when using this step system will soon allow you to be able to think much bigger. Okay, there is no lack. We've got to take that there's a shortage, there's a lack. We got to take that limited thinking and we really need to just erase it. We need to just get rid of it, push it out of our head. When those thoughts come into our head, we need to replace that thought with what our goal or our dream is that we're focusing on to achieve or chase. We're told things that hold us back. And these things that we're being told, maybe at one point in time in the Great Depression, when your parents were told them as a little child that, hey, this is what we need to do in order to survive. This is what we need to do in order to get through this depression. We need to store as many cans of peas and green beans in our house as possible. We need to always have a 30-day, 90-day supply of toilet paper. We always, we need to live like we're going to run out. Okay, that's limited thinking. Remember, there is no lack. The only lack out there is what you believe in. And so when these goals, these dreams come into your head, you just got to take that thing and hold on to it so tight. If it's a worthy dream and it's something you really want to accomplish out there, you got to take that and you want to hold it so tight that it's almost like it's almost so strong, the grip that you have on that it's not going to allow any of those negative thoughts to come in. And it's going to be scary at first, because a lot of us, we get stopped as soon as we think about that, whatever it is you want out of life. And remember, it's your life too. You only get one of them. There are no do-overs, right? Or none that you're going to remember, at least. And so your lifespan right now is the most important. And hey, look, if you're in your 50s or you're in your 60s and you're really biting your nails on, and it scares you to think about what the next 20 years are going to bring, or 30 years. It can all change like that. It really can, but we need to do the right things. So when we have that goal or that dream, we need to think about this. How are we going to do it? Reverse engineer it. Take whatever it is. Let's say you need to have, an extra 100,000 in your bank account in order to retire. How are you going to get there? What can you do at your age? What can you do with the resources you have available? Look, if you're 50 or 60 years old out there and you're biting your nails about retirement, you've lived a long life and you've experienced many, many things, and you're full of wisdom. Who can you teach? Who can you help in your community? Who can you help in your state? Who can you help, online? And then how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take for you to achieve that goal or that dream? Is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? Is it a year? Is it 5 years? The bigger the dream, the bigger the goal, the probably longer it's going to take. Then once we figured out how we're going to do it and how long it's going to take, then we need to figure out the resources that are going to be needed for that goal or that dream. And we need to become knowledgeable. Whatever it is, there's something about it that's you don't have it now. If you knew about it and you knew how to go get it, you'd already have it. But you need to be knowledgeable on what it is. So now we got the resources, we're knowledgeable on what it is. Now what we've done is we've taken that idea, that goal or that dream, and we've turned it into a real, true burning desire. And then you're on to the next step.